Kevin Coupe here, and here's what's on my mind this Thursday morning. There's a book coming out that I'm particularly interested in downloading to my Kindle. It's by Peter Guber, the movie producer, and it's called Tell to Win: Connect, Persuade, and Triumph with the Hidden Power of Story. I think this is a great idea for a book. I know a little something about writing books about the power of narrative, but I think it's important because his whole concept is, in business as in life, we connect to each other through story. And that successful businesses will know how to use a story, know how to tell a story in order to persuade their customers, their employees, their business associates on how to coalesce around a single message. I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's interesting. I've been thinking a lot about story lately. You keep reading about how kids are wasting their time because they're tweeting or they're on Facebook or they're blogging, whatever it happens to be. And I've been wondering lately if, in fact, they're not so much sort of self-involved, which is what a lot of us assume they are, but maybe they're trying to impose narrative on their own lives. Maybe that's in essence what they're trying to do, and maybe in doing so, they're going to come up with some kind of greater meaning down the road. Maybe I'm being a little grandiose here. Maybe I'm giving them more credit than they deserve, but I don't think so. I think they're trying to impose narrative, or at least find a narrative in their lives that they can live up to. It's interesting. I've been on the road a lot the last couple of weeks, and I've visited a couple of supermarkets, which I think do an exceptional job of telling a story when you walk in the front door. One is Sendik's in Milwaukee. One of the things they've done, which I think is really interesting, is that they've taken control of the TV system, the TV monitor system they have in their store. They didn't just kind of hand the system over to somebody else and let them put up their own programming and sell advertising and get a check. No, they're controlling the content because they know that in doing so, they can control the message, they can control the story, and have a much greater impact on their consumers in the long term. And they might not get the short-term check, but they're going to have long-term sales, which will more than compensate for that. And I've been to metropolitan markets in Seattle. And the minute you walk in their stores, you get a sense of the story. The stories about food, whether it's in the produce department or the meat department or in the seafood department where they serve this amazing Chia Pinot. The message, the story is there. There's a narrative that you can kind of relate to as a customer. The power of story is incredibly important. We need to do everything we can in our businesses to tell a story that resonates with consumers, that explains who we are, and in the long run will help us persuade them to be our customers for the long term. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.